Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. A quick little video here to show you how I made the thumbnail for my night tutorial video. This is actually a little recording of me creating the thumbnail for this video about the making of that video. The idea with this thumbnail was to sort of satirize the trend of YouTube content creators putting their face on everything with a goofy reaction. So I figured what's goofier than a couple googly eyes, and I drew like a little squiggly face on there at the beginning, but I ended up removing it. And you'll see here I'll start adding some red lines for intrigue and mystery, and a grumpy face because everyone loves an angry content creator. Everyone loves drama. So yeah, I really just wanted to play off of some of the tropes that I see. I've been watching YouTube for a long time. So here I am in Photoshop with my photo of my night, and I'm sort of scaling here. I removed the background using the object selection tool, and then I went in and made more refinements later, which you'll see. Here I'm using the content aware tools, trying to get the grass to extend across the width of the page so I could easily make it look like it's in a space, but I decided to just pull an image from Unsplash. I'll put a link to the description I'll put a link to the author in the description, the photographer. And then then I started to mess with this idea of creating movement, so I duplicated the entire top layer. Yeah, and in a second here you're going to see me start to match the background image color with the foreground miniature colors. So I go above my layer, my background color, and I started to mess with the color adjustments and the hue and saturation until I got them looking pretty blended together. Then I went in and did some more refinements to the masking of the actual miniature itself so the grass would show through and it really started to feel like it's living in this space. Then I went and masked most of the background image with black, and that gave me room for my typography. And then next I went in and sharpened up the spear because I didn't really like the way that it clipped out. I usually use the pen tool when I do serious clipping, but because this was just a quick and dirty job, I didn't really bother with that. This whole process took me about 20 minutes. I had some idea what I wanted to do. Really, I messed around with the colors of the typography a lot, and sort of wasn't sure exactly how I was going to fit him onto the screen, what looked the best, and I wasn't sure what my pun was going to be. The title of it, Nights to Meet You, just sort of came to me, and I left it in there to get me started, and I ended up keeping it because I couldn't think of anything else with a night pun. I had my army man and cowboy to cowman titles previously, and I just wanted something punchy like that, and the first idea was the best one. Here you see me trying to knock out the background into the typography. I wanted to see if I could create something that had a good contrast, that maybe played with the background a bit, but I decided to just keep it simple and keep the contrast high. After all, as a thumbnail, it's supposed to just be an interesting, engaging thing. I think I mess around with the background here a little too long too, and then eventually I go in and I use this paintbrush splatter tool to just paint browns like with a scatter brush, and then I motion blurred a few of them and duplicated that and shrunk that one back and got rid of some of the extra stuff. And what I mean by that is really just erased with the brush tool anything that wasn't fitting in with the design too well. So I messed with the final layout of the typography a bit. I think the final version looks decent enough. I mean, you can kind of see that the spear tip is transparent when it's super big, but the fuzziness of the image, kind of outweighs that. I mean, it's out of focus. The horse is really in focus. Want people to read Nights to Meet You. I don't really want them to read I'm Sorry. That's sort of just like a fun little detail to myself. And then after taking a break from this and looking at it again with fresh eyes, at a quick glance, the entire miniature does look kind of realistic, which is pretty cool.